Good morning and welcome to Six Flags Fiesta Texas. So this is my first time here at Fiesta Texas. This is also my first time here in Texas at all. But I typically would expect this level of quality or this level of theming at a Cedar Fair park or even like a Hirsch End park. But my first impressions of this place is the quality is unbelievable compared to the other Six Flags I've been to. But I'm excited. If everything goes well, I will be getting on my first RMC single rail with Wonder Woman. And as a longtime enthusiast, I've been dying to get on Iron Rattler since it opened, because Iron Rattler was one of the first RMC iBox coasters. And even though I've ridden quite a few, this was one of the first that I got really hyped about. So I'm super excited about today. There's lots of rides. It seems like it's going to be a good time. The thing about S&S free spins is that is not free spinning. That is like aggressively, forcefully pushed on you whether you want it or not spinning, which I like them. I do get why some people find these rides a little too intense. Some of the spins and the times that there's magnetic fins at certain points throughout the free spins course where it basically boosts the spin. Some of those hit at times where it puts you in an awkward position, like straight down as you're hitting a valley. So I get why some people find it uncomfortable or a little too much. I still like them because they're unlike any other rides. I have ridden the Joker at Great America, and this one shocked me because I guess in the last 2 years I forgot how much kick these things can have, but I enjoyed it. You just gotta brace correctly. They're smooth ride. Uh-oh, falling. The bush I'm using as a tripod is starting to give out, so. Next up, Wonder Woman's Lasso, Flight of Courage. So Poltergeist is interesting. I really enjoyed it, and the thing is, this is the same layout as the Flight of Fear roller coasters at the old Paramount parks. So King's Dominion, Kings Island, it's the same roller coaster. There's one difference, and that's that there's a part halfway through the ride that on this ride, it's just straight track, and on the Flight of Fears, it's a brake run. Aside from that, it's the exact same thing. The thing is, I just like indoor roller coasters, and this isn't one. Now, the only Flight of Fear I've been on is at Kings Island. This is a lot smoother, but I think I would still actually prefer Flight of Fear because the unknown aspect of being indoors and in the dark, I think that holds more value to me than being a bit smoother. That being said, it's ridiculous to me the amount of track and the whole layout that they fit in this little compact. It's like a snowball. It's like they just packed it together. Great ride, and recently they redid the queue so that it is indoor and well themed. It's like a haunted experience. It's great. So Poltergeist, really good, really good. No way we're leaving the front three. Ooh, how are there 3 rows open at the front? I would like to apologize. That was everything I imagined it would be and more. It just feels like it runs too fast. And I know I said that about Storm Chaser at Kentucky Kingdom, but I would say that is the case here even more. Every part of this ride is unbelievably fast-paced. At this point, you know me. I'm Mr. Michigan's Adventure. I think something like this would be the most perfect fit for Michigan's Adventure. One, because from what I understand, this specific model of the Raptor, it is not an expensive roller coaster to build. And second, it is modern. Look at the drop. There are outer banks, there are airtime pops that you wouldn't get back in the day. Lastly, this ride's capacity is not the best because it is single file trains. That's okay at a place like Michigan's Adventure, where if a line is over 15 minutes, there's something wrong, right? All that being said, Wonder Woman, I rode 3 times and all of them were in the back row. So I am definitely biased towards a certain part of the train. The negative G's after the drop and the drop after that kind of turnaround over here, unbelievable. Great ride, really enjoyed it. Superman is a B&M floorless roller coaster. This ride is actually on a pretty big scale. The actual layout itself is very unique, and that is because for a couple moments it actually climbs back up on that quarry wall and then dives back down. The way that Fiesta Texas has a couple of their rides use the edge of the quarry wall to add some variety to the layout, I really appreciate that. And it's notable here on Superman. It's great. The thing is, there is a bit of a rattle. That's just how it is. It is basically the entire time you're on the ride, it is shaking a bit. So if you can't stand those restraints kind of bouncing back and forth, this isn't the ride for you. But if you are able to kind of just tense up, keep your body forward, then you'll be good. It's a great ride. I actually really enjoyed Superman. Rattler was actually the second RMC iBox roller coaster. And funny enough, the first one was built at Six Flags over Texas, not too far away in Dallas. And you can tell that it was one of RMC's first roller coasters because they're a little more cautious about the elements they used. There's a good drop, a good pull out, a couple airtime moments, and an inversion, and that's about it. It's definitely one of RMC's more simple roller coasters, but here's the thing. That drop is really good. Yeah! From what I've heard about Iron Rattler is that it kind of slows down halfway through the ride, and that's kind of it. But I thought down the drop, up the quarry wall, there's a few elements there that really pop out, and they are fast pace. But where it really starts to choke up is that second jump onto the quarry wall, because there's a couple hills and an inversion that are just taken a little too slow. And I really wish that the ride would have hopped back off the quarry wall a little sooner and had the rest of the layout down where it's going really fast. The fact that this was only RMC's second try at a roller coaster, and I would put this above most roller coasters ever. Amazing. So Goliath was actually my first Batman. It's not called Batman, it's called Goliath. This is technically a cloned B&M invert, the original being Batman at Six Flags Great America. And there's been a lot, I don't know how many, at other Six Flags parks, and even non-Six Flags parks like SeaWorld here in San Antonio also has a cloned Batman layout. I do think that these Batman inverts are really solid, and I think it benefits them that they don't have a mid-course brake run, because that pacing never lets up. And there were points in the second half where I was like graying out, and I think that normally wouldn't happen on an invert because there's a brake run to kind of let you chill out. But very smooth, quite intense, kind of like a mini Montu, if that makes sense. Really good. So I'm not an expert on this topic, but Kid Flash here was one of a duo of roller coasters built by Skyline Attractions. Skyline does not have the most proven track record. They keep having these great ideas. The thing about Kid Flash is that this is an actually really good kids roller coaster as far as a layout and experience goes. And it seems like the perfect kids roller coaster, but Skyline has just unfortunately been plagued with issues. And in this day and age, you need to be a reliable and dependable manufacturer or you're just not gonna make it. And Six Flags went with Skyline to create these Kid Flash roller coasters, and they just have had issue after issue and issue. So they're out for the season. And if I was a betting man, I would guess we're not gonna see this thing ever again. So competition is what we want in the roller coaster space, because competition drives growth and creativity. And I really don't hope that this is the end for Skyline, but we'll see. In case you didn't know, B&M at this point makes two versions of the dive coaster. One of those being the wide track 10 across seating variant, Valraven, Yukon Striker, SheiKra, all of those original dive coasters. More recently, the company has made rides like Cliffhanger. These rides feature thinner tracks and are typically smaller rides, and the elements are a lot tighter and more focused. I just got kicked out of where I was recording.
Yeah. Off limits to guests. There's a sign right here.
My bad, thank you so much. I appreciate it. I would put it at the top of the dive coasters I've been on, simply because the drop, really good, but the rest of the layout is back to back to back. This ride features an entire pre-show, multiple elements of storytelling before you get on the ride. I love it. Honestly, I enjoyed it. The only similar roller coaster I've been on was in Vertigo at Kings Island, which is a Boomerang, but it's inverted. So basically this exact same ride, but under the track instead of over. And this Boomerang here at Fiesta Texas has gotten the new Vekoma soft vest restraints, and the overall ride is actually really smooth. And I would actually ride it again if that wasn't the longest line I've waited in all day. Now, I've already said this in this video, but what a departure from other Six Flags parks Fiesta Texas is. The theming of this park is just on another level. I can't wait to come back to try and experience just a little bit more of what this park has to offer. So thank you so much for watching. If you liked the video, make sure to like it. If you want to see more videos like this, make sure to subscribe. My name's John. You've been watching Midcourse Discourse, and I'll see you next time.